From leaving his attic to meet a fake girlfriend and ending up stranded, to being caught talking to a literal minor in a very inappropriate way, Cyrax has only spiraled further in the past 2 months. But unlike previous incidents that stayed within his usual targeted audience, this time he went fully mainstream, even becoming the 5th most trending topic worldwide on Twitter at one point. But it wasn't for good reasons. Recently, Cyrax posted a video threatening immigration and customs enforcement agents, which went viral on Twitter after a well-known news account called Libs of TikTok shared it.
To any ICE agent that thinks they're gonna come into my home and terrorize me and my family, you will be met with lethal force. I will on site.
This clip of Cyrax is from his live stream in January 2026, where he was basically speaking negatively about ICE, even labeling it a terrorist group, and then taking it a step further by explaining how he would flee his house if they showed up. The irony is that Cyrax does not even know what ICE stands for, as he repeatedly referred to it as a law enforcement agency, mainly focused on protecting drug trafficking.
Now, if you guys don't know what ICE is normally the people that goes after, drugs.
Although he has absolutely nothing to worry about regarding ICE coming to his attic, Cyrax began talking about plans to attack the agents as if they were already on their way to his house. It is also hilarious how delusional he is, genuinely believing he would turn into Superman and defeat all of them with his imaginary firearms. Even holding the katana in front of him while speaking normally.
To any ICE agent that thinks they're gonna come into my home and terrorize me and my family, you will be met with lethal force. I will on site. Because see, I am an Army brat and I am very well trained in how to handle all kind of chemical agents that you guys throw into my home. I do know how to disarm.
While going viral on Twitter for threatening ICE is extremely bad for him and could potentially attract the attention of the FBI, Cyrax did not see it that way. Instead, he flipped the situation and used it to fuel his long-standing delusion of being above everyone else, all while insulting and attacking libs of TikTok.
See, you're below me. I'm a fucking worldwide known name. I'm up here, you're down here. You ain't on God mode level. You ain't on my level of fame. You will never be on this level of being a fucking god. Because you ain't shit.
But it gets even worse, as Cyrax challenged libs of TikTok to a Twitter war by claiming that he is the god of Twitter and that he would demolish them without any struggle, even though he does not even have a Twitter account.
You wanna go on fucking Twitter and have a fucking Twitter war? Go ahead. Let's fucking go. I am the god at Twitter wars. You ain't beating my ass. You ain't beating me in a goddamn Twitter war. I'll bury your ass. You wanna go on a TikTok war? Okay, I'll make you look like the biggest fucking idiot on the fucking internet. Cause I'm Cyrax. You ain't stopping me. You ain't shutting me down. Ever.
But this facade barely lasted a day, as Cyrax got scared and tried to do damage control by putting the blame on libs of TikTok for editing his video and tweaking what he intended to say. This was not just a blatant lie, he also repeated the same claims he made about ICE in the viral clip, only this time with a noticeably angrier tone. And while this definitely brought him to the attention of authorities at the federal level, Cyrax already had a report on him from the FBI. Around the end of 2025, a voice call was released that referenced an FBI report about Cyrax's multiple threats to people's lives, which proved that there was close and careful observation of his behavior at the federal level, leading many to speculate that he might end up like Daniel Larson, another similar character who ended up going to jail for the repeated threats he made against government.
Hey, I just got sent an FBI-generated eGuardian, a threat to life at TTL, regarding a YouTube user who's making threats to various people, and including Akron PD officers.
Okay, I have a feeling it's on Lloyd Street.
Yes, it's 339 Lloyd Street. The guy's name is Chance Finley Wilkins.
We're familiar.
Seems to be a frequent flyer.
Yeah, unfortunately he is. Okay, so you say it's 339 Lloyd?
Yes.
Okay.
Although Cyrax made several death threats against multiple people online over a period of years, the one that reportedly led to FBI involvement was his threat against the Youngstown Police Department after officers took his then-fiancée in for questioning. In the video, he stated that if the department did not release her, he would wage war against them. He also claimed he would get every member of the department fired because he was supposedly connected to high-level officials, a claim widely viewed as delusional.
So to the Youngstown police, because if you try to arrest her, I'm coming for your fucking jobs. I am coming for your damn jobs, and the 2 motherfucking cops that went to my girl's door, I will have your jobs yanked, and you will be reprimanded. I'll make damn sure of it, because my fiance is fucking innocent.
And before we go further into the story, I need a small favor from you. I've started posting these deep dives on Spotify as well, so if you prefer listening instead of watching, or you just want to support me, make sure to follow me there. The link to my Spotify is in the description. He further insisted that he knew the law more deeply than anyone else, including the police themselves. Ironically, he later uploaded another video in which he claimed he was exposing the department by asking ChatGPT for legal information and treating its responses as if they came from a high-level attorney, while Cyrax was acting like a martyr for his fiancée Cassandra. It took only 2 days for him to be exposed for cheating on her, and by cheating I mean falling for another fake girlfriend. Instead of owning up and apologizing to Cassandra, he started screaming and insulting the troll community, particularly John and William.
And the fact that you motherfuckers ripped away the one thing that meant more to me than life itself. The one thing that fucking mattered in my life. And you ripped it away. Why? Because you're selfish. And you're pathetic. I never cheated on her. Everything you guys do is made up bullshit. And you know it.
Cyrax also tried to get Cassandra back by attempting to make her jealous, claiming that there were endless women in his DMs, begging him to be with them because of his worldwide fame, and yet he chose to be with Cassandra. He even accused her of giving up her portion of the company to the trolls. And by company, I mean the fake company Cyrax has recently claimed to own and generate millions in profits, which would have been impressive if it were not all in his imagination.
And besides, it's only fair after what you fucking did to me. After you sat there and fucking gave away the fucking company that I fucking built for me and you, so that you wouldn't have to fucking worry about having money for the rest of your life. I did that for you. I built that fucking company for you and for us.
Despite the fallout, Cassandra got back together with Cyrax. Just like multiple times before, Cassandra was also working with William and John, approaching Cyrax as someone deeply in love with him, only to troll him. But Cyrax failed to realize any of it and continued obeying whatever Cassandra told him, which led to the bricking of yet another Xbox of his. Cassandra first sent a surprise package to Cyrax as a Christmas gift, which was a brand new steering wheel controller. But as it turned out, the steering wheel had a kill stick in it that was designed to brick Cyrax's device. Despite experiencing the same situation over and over again and repeatedly ending up with a bricked Xbox, Cyrax did not suspect anything. Instead, he was extremely excited, acting like a child who just received a new toy.
Oh my god, and it's actually got force feedback. Yes! Fuck yes. Oh my fucking god, yes.
Good.
Fuck yes.
Oh my god, I'm so excited. I was like, oh, it was right.
After bricking his Xbox, Cyrax was angry, but unlike previous times when he would yell and scream at the screen, this time he was comforting his one true love, Cassandra, assuming that John and William were the ones who intercepted the package she sent. This created a moment that was both funny and cringeworthy.
I don't blame you, baby. It's not. Honey, look at me, baby. It's not on you. Look at me, honey. Come here, honey, look at me, come here. It's not on you, okay? It's not on you. Come here, honey, it's okay. Come here, baby, it's okay, come here. Look at me, honey, it's not your fault, okay? It's not your fault. I'll let Mom know what they did, okay? We'll figure this out, okay, baby?
Around this time, a few individuals from the troll community made a video game based on Cyrax and various infamous incidents in the Cyrax lore. While this video game alone was far more impressive than anything Cyrax had done in his entire 36 years, and people actually loved it, he did not. Instead, he started raging and threatened to take legal action against the creators if they did not immediately take it down.
You know, like I said, to those that think that they are going to get away with this little video game of theirs, you're not. Because we are coming and we are bringing hell with us. So there's nothing that you guys can do that will phase us. We will be taking legal action as soon as possible. So to the people that developed that game, this is our advice to you. Unless you want to have a massive lawsuit on their hands, I'm going to let you take the rest of that one.
In addition to his threats having absolutely no basis, Cyrax was not even original with them. Cassandra was the one making them up, and whenever he raged about the video game, he would turn to her and ask what to say.
Because see, me and her have been doing some digging and some investigating, and right now you guys are looking at least, what was it, like 25 years they were looking at? Something like that.
I'm pretty sure, excuse me, didn't the lawyer say like 25 to life?
Yeah, something like that.
In these videos, Cyrax repeatedly claimed that his lawyer was investigating the situation and believed the trolls could get 25 years to life, which is ridiculous. The irony is that only a day later he made a video begging his fans, as if he had any, to help him find a lawyer who would sue the developers of the video game for free.
In my family, we can't afford a lawyer, and no legal aid department here will help us. My family has contacted every lawyer in Akron, and there is no lawyer in Akron that will help us because none of them deal with this kind of case.
Cyrax even said in another video where he described his tragic life after the trolls appeared that he used to be a big-time Twitch streamer earning $150 a day. He also claimed to have reached 100,000 subscribers on YouTube and received a play button before the trolls destroyed it from him.
You know, I used to be a big-time Twitch streamer before all this started. I was making around $150 a day doing gameplay streams on Twitch, doing vocal cover shows live on Twitch, doing gameplay videos on YouTube, and at one point I had even hit 100,000 subscribers on YouTube and actually got a silver play button from YouTube.
At this point, it is becoming extremely concerning because the delusion here is so ridiculous that it could convince anyone who does not know anything about Cyrax. Among all of this, the YouTube situation is particularly hilarious. Cyrax actually received a play button in 2023, but it was not the real one from YouTube. It was a fake play button sent by the trolls. Anyone with a functioning brain could see it was fake, since Cyrax did not even have 1,000 subscribers at the time, let alone 100,000, which he seems deluded enough to believe he had. He even made a video proudly holding the play button in his hand.
Ya boy did it, man. Silver play button, baby. 100K subs, man. We on our way, dude. 10 years ago, man, I can genuinely say I never thought I'd see one of these. But yet, here we are, man. On our way to success, baby. We got this.
After the person who sent him the button called to explain, Cyrax refused to believe that his silver play button was fake and started arguing with them.
It's a fake play button, Chance. It's fake. It's fake. $7. $7 on Etsy. $7 on... I'll send you a picture. $7 on Etsy. $7 on Etsy.
The whole Cassandra saga took a massive turn on December 31st, 2025, when she, alongside John and William, convinced Cyrax to spend the New Year celebration with her. Before that, Cassandra went to Akron to meet Cyrax at a mall, which is a major event in the Raxverse, since the Goblin had never left his attic for nearly a decade, apart from his arrest. Cyrax agreed to meet Cassandra at a mall that was no more than a 15-minute ride from his house. At first, he wanted Sally to take him, but when she refused, a group of buddy trolls on the call gave him money to order an Uber. Hysterically, after he went out, a short video of Cassandra being kidnapped was posted on John's YouTube channel. The kidnapping was fake and intended to make Cyrax angry.
Okay, I just made it. I'm getting out. I can't wait to see you.
Upon arriving at the mall, expecting to meet his one true love, Cyrax realized he was not going to see Cassandra. Worse, he did not have any money to get home, and his phone battery was dying, leaving him stranded. Cyrax, who claims to be a rock star and well-known public figure, was extremely scared at the mall. From the way he spoke to the buddy trolls, it seemed like he was in a war zone rather than a mall. Even in this obviously losing situation, Cyrax remained deluded enough to think that mall security would take him home, as if it were their job, while pretending to be worried about Cassandra being kidnapped during the Discord call with the buddy trolls. It was clear he was far more concerned about being stuck at the mall.
Thank, I can help out. I'll be in Akron, Ohio in like 7 or 8 hours.
Okay, what I'll do is I'll have security help get me back to the house, and then you can try and find my house and we'll figure something out.
After realizing no one would come to save him, he eventually figured out how to leave the mall and went to a nearby motel where he had stayed before when he and his family first moved to the city. While descending the stairs, he slipped, fell, and lost his phone. Luckily, a random police officer saw him and gave him $5 to take the bus home. During this time, his grandmother, Sally, had already called the police and reported Cyrax as missing, even though it had been less than an hour since he left for the mall. The officers, already tired of hearing about him every day, did not seem to take her concern seriously.
Yes, I need to have a police officer come up to my house, please.
Can I have the address, please?
339 Lloyd Street.
And what's going on there?
My son's missing.
He's missing?
Yeah.
And when's the last time you saw him?
At about 20 minutes to 4.
And did he take off, or?
Well, he got in the car with a stranger, and we kept telling him not to go, and he said he'd be right back. He hasn't been back.
And what's his name?
Chance Wilkins.
Even after receiving money from the officer, Cyrax was not capable of taking the bus home, luckily again. A couple who happened to know him helped him get safely home by keeping an eye on him during the ride. For most people, going to the mall and returning home would be a normal day. For Cyrax, it became a story of survival. He framed it as if he had been in a war zone and would have died if not for the officers and the couple who helped him. The mall incident becomes even more ridiculous if you have watched any of his videos from the past 2 months. During that time, Cyrax pushed his delusion to a new extreme, repeatedly declaring that he is a god, a legend who deserves automatic respect, despite having done nothing to earn even a fraction of that status.
You have been exposed by the Troll Destroyer, aka the King of Akron himself, Cyrax the God.
As if this were not already absurd, Cyrax later claimed that the couple who helped him were big-time fans. He even lied, stating that the husband gave him a necklace passed down from his father. He added that the reason the person gave it to him was because they saw him as a warrior for surviving a few hours at the mall. After getting back home, Cyrax FaceTimed John, raging and screaming, demanding that John give back his fiancée Cassandra. Instead of answering Cyrax's question directly, John showed him a clip from a movie showing someone tied up in the dark and crying, implying that this was where Cassandra was. Even though it was obviously a fake scenario, Cyrax failed to realize it.
Where is she? Where is she, John? What did you do with her, you piece of shit? Where is she?
John told Cyrax that Cassandra was in his closet in Miami. While it would have been impossible for Cassandra, who was allegedly kidnapped after arriving in Akron, to get to Miami in less than an hour, Cyrax failed to realize this.
Tell me where she is!
She's in the closet.
What closet?
My
Where?
closet.
Where?
Miami. Idiot. Duh.
In the aftermath of this incident, Cyrax officially announced that the war with the trolls was over, but reason is not what you would probably imagine. Because the trolls left him at the mall and did not send him a ride home, Cyrax decided he was going to accuse them of attempted murder, and that the entire troll community was about to go to prison. Due to this, Cyrax declared that he had won the war, which is ridiculous to say the least.
You know, William and John and Cassandra and Southern, you four motherfuckers are gonna go the fuck down. Cause the war with you is over.
Although Cyrax realized after the mall incident that his one true love was cooperating with his opponents, meaning the trolls, he did not outright insult her or call her out. Instead, he told her to contact him on Facebook as soon as possible so he could help her avoid going to prison for the supposed attempted murder. Shockingly, Cassandra managed to convince Cyrax that she had been innocent all along, and that it was John who had blackmailed her into doing everything. After that, Cyrax began defending her in his videos, claiming she had indeed been kidnapped by John. To prove his point, he made up multiple false theories that made no sense. The funniest of these was that he claimed he had been following the white van John supposedly used to kidnap Cassandra by running behind it, and that he actually heard Cassandra screaming from inside.
She's not a fucking troll, and I can fucking prove it. Everybody's saying that she wasn't kidnapped. Yes, she was. And I can fucking deadass fucking prove it. Right now, actually. Cause you see, the day that I got up there, when she was taken into that white utility van, and she was taken in, I chased after. I heard her voice in the back of that van.
Not only that, he took it further by threatening to call out and block anyone who said Cassandra was a troll. While he had clearly been fooled by Cassandra multiple times at this point, a few days later she broke the news and ended the supposed relationship. Cyrax went on Facebook and told a completely different story about what had actually happened. He claimed that he had known everything from the start and that he was playing along to get incriminating information out of Cassandra against the trolls, specifically John, William, and Southern.
I've been playing you since the first time we split. I've been playing you for a fucking fool the whole fucking time. You see, you let on a little secret early on that you were a troll. You let on that little secret quite well, actually. And what did I do? Played along all these months.
While this would have been an interesting story and convincing to someone unfamiliar with Cyrax, it is actually something he does repeatedly whenever he gets catfished. A few months earlier, he was catfished by a decoy claiming to be a Russian model who supposedly fell for the goblin's gorgeous looks. After realizing he had been catfished, he said the exact same thing he had said after the Cassandra incident.
But guess what? I've been playing you since day fucking one when you fucking started messaging me. Since day one. I have been playing your ass for a fucking fool. Why? Because I wanted information and I knew that you were in with that group. So what did I do? I devised a plan. When you asked me to be your boyfriend, I knew that was the biggest opportunity I had to gain information out of you. To gain information on what was going on. And little by little, day by day, you fed me information that I fucking needed. And you openly did it. You openly gave me information that I could use.
While this alone would have been embarrassing enough for any sane person, it was not for Cyrax. Instead, he doubled down even further, claiming that he is the best in the mind game industry, and that no troll could ever trick him into doing anything.
Because see, Cassandra, what you fail to realize this. You're fucking with one of the best in the mind game industry. And what I mean by that is this. I let you believe everything was normal. I let you think everything was good. Played along the entire time, ever since we first broke up.
While she was with Cyrax and Buddy trolling him, Cassandra had screen recorded several hours of their interactions, and it gets way worse than the footage is shown online. One moment that stands out the most was when Cyrax talked about watching a Disney show called Andy Mac. The show is also something that little kids watch, and by the time Cyrax watched it, he was around the age of 31 or 32 years old.
You will never guess where I first heard this song.
Oh my
God. You remember the Disney show?
show.
You remember the Disney show that came on like a long while ago, Andy Mac? Oh, dude, it was such... But I first heard this song on there, of all places, and I'm like...
Wait, how long ago was this?
About 5 years ago, I think.
Why are you watching Disney?
I was young, right? I was looking for... I just happened
Wait,
to flip...
how many years ago was this?
About 4 or 5, maybe 6.
Good question.
Yeah.
That's
what I'm saying. It was a while ago.
You're acting like you're a fucking kid.
After hearing this, Cassandra confronted him, to which he tried to brush it off by saying it was a while ago, as if he was not already 30 years old at the time. While this might have been a normal response for any other person, it is not for Cyrax, since he's been caught multiple times interacting with literal minors or people who approached him disguised as minors. Not only that, he even admitted to being a PDF file himself in one of his videos when confronted by another individual. And recently, after his breakup with Cassandra, Cyrax got into a relationship with another individual by the name of Tasha, who also happened to have kids under the age of 18. And while Cyrax first entered the relationship, as he always does carelessly, it turned out that Tasha was trying to expose him as a predator. And the method may have worked, as Cyrax came out on a live stream confessing that he did say very disturbing things to Tasha's kids, but denied any wrongdoing because this is what good fathers are supposed to do.
And when I said to give your kids a hug and kiss for me, that's just what a normal father does when he sees his significant other's kids as his own. 'Cause that's what a good father does.
Even though Cyrax was caught for being a predator, the troll community did not receive Tasha's operation well, as she used her own kids' real images to lure the goblin.
Trying to set me up with your kids? Are you serious? You know, you sat there and told a little birdie about how you were trying to get me locked up in prison by hooking me up with your kids. That wouldn't be my ass in prison. That would be yours. That would be you in prison, not me.
But this was not the only time Cyrax was exposed recently. Kate from the Masshole Mafia YouTube channel was messaging Cyrax around the end of January this year. In the DMs, Kate approached Cyrax posing as a girl in 9th grade. Cyrax, who was desperate for any kind of female attention, did not even bother to verify if this was a real person. Instead, he began sending blatantly messages, and even asked her if she wanted pictures of his in a highly inappropriate manner. Additionally, Kate sent a very obvious fake picture claiming it was hers. Cyrax not only failed to recognize that it was fake, but he also complimented the image, saying, "Damn, my baby is so beautiful." This was not the first time Cyrax had been exposed by Kate. In fact, Kate was the first person to ever expose him for his inappropriate desires toward minors. In 2021, Kate posed as a 14-year-old girl and began interacting with him. Cyrax started flirting and attempted to pursue romantic connection very quickly. The conversation soon escalated, with him asking for explicit photos from the girl, and even sending her a video of himself. Cyrax has attempted to deny the validity of these allegations in multiple ways. He argued that Kate had entrapped him, which would not be a valid excuse even if it were true. He also claimed the screenshots were edited, and that his account had been hacked. Of course, none of these claims are true. In a perplexing attempt to mitigate the allegations, Chance claimed that he could not be a PDF file, because he was actually a HEBA file, defined as being attracted to individuals between the ages of 11 and 14.
I'm not a file. Look up the technical term. I would be considered a human, which, by all technical terms, is not a fucking lie. By all technical terms, I would be a human, which is not a crime, it's not illegal.
Although Cyrax was exposed for being a predator in broad daylight with endless proof, he was never embarrassed. As always, continued posting his age-old antics on the internet. Recently, particularly after the sting with Kate came out, Cyrax kinda disappeared from the internet. He even confirmed this by announcing the death of his Cyrax character on his Facebook. "My name is Chance Wilkins. Some of you knew me online as Cyrax. That part of my life is over, completely, permanently. I'm retired from YouTube, from streaming, from making videos, from coming back, from guest appearances, from responding to drama, and from anything even remotely connected to that world. There is no comeback planned. It's done." While it would have been great if he actually intended to do so, most people did not take Cyrax's statement seriously, and rightfully so, because this is not the only time Cyrax swore up and down that he was going off the internet forever, only to return a couple of days afterward. What made this time more different is that there was another character involved in Cyrax's attempt to disappear from the internet. The person goes by the name Jackie. Jackie is in fact not a new character. She and Cyrax were supposedly dating around November of 2025. While this Jackie character is definitely a decoy, she is different from any other decoys we have seen in the Cyrax universe, in fact, way worse. In their previous so-called relationship, Jackie made many stupid mistakes, the most prominent being sending Cyrax $700 to get a new Xbox, which he bricked barely a month afterward. Jackie is someone who practices Christianity a lot, and she would try to help Cyrax become more religious and get him off the internet. This relationship eventually ended in December, and in classic Cyrax fashion, he began accusing Jackie of multiple things.
That's not love, that's a... You don't have somebody you love. You remain there for them no matter what they're going through. No matter what they're dealing with. You stay with that person no matter fucking what.
As if he had not already thrown all of these accusations at Jackie, he returned to her in February of this month, acting as if they were engaged, and continuing with all of that. Besides this whole redemption arc, there's also a certain group of trolls cutting Cyrax's internet cable, which has led Cyrax's grandmother Sally to report it to the police multiple times in the past few weeks. Considering his behaviors online are closely monitored by the FBI, it would have been better for Cyrax to drop off the internet entirely, since he would never stop posting inappropriate things online. But it will not be far from here before Cyrax returns to streaming and screaming on the internet, and he may end up talking negatively about the government, like he did with ICE, and potentially be taken to jail or institutionalized.
Okay. Yes, I'm on the school bus. Man.
Imagine logging into your account and coming across a profile that feels truly off. At first, it seems like a normal account run by a child sharing rhymes, art, playful pictures, and chatting innocently. But then, the deeper you look, the stranger it gets.
So, that's the account run by a man pretending to be a boy. So, that's the account run by
The white face paint, oversized red lips, school uniform, and the creepy voice that crawls under your skin. And soon, the realization hits you that this isn't a child at all. For more than a few years, one man has been hiding in plain sight behind various online personas: Smart Schoolboy 9, Truthsticks 11, Stephanie Schooly, Schoolgirl 8, and dozens of others, weaving a disturbing web of lies that allowed him to get closer to children while disguising himself as one. This isn't an online mystery or an alternate reality game. This is real, and the man behind it is very much alive, still walking free, and still dangerous. Once you go deep down into this rabbit hole, there's no going back, and you will certainly feel creeped out. So sit back and hold your breath, because this roller coaster will likely twist your insides.
I'll take that.
Let's begin by taking a closer look at this creepy account. Smart Schoolboy 9 did more than post disturbing photos. He built a whole fake character. The captions sounded like a child wrote them. Short sentences, playful emojis, lines like "I love school" and "I am going to school." At first it seemed harmless, but when people paid enough attention, it became clear that the account was hiding something sinister. The posts kept showing the same themes: punishment, discipline, and being watched. The person behind the account often repeated lines like "I must behave" and "I need correction." Alone, these phrases are strange, but paired with the unsettling photos, they become deeply disturbing. It's clear this smart schoolboy was putting on an act. He blurred the lines to cover up his adult fantasies of control and submission. And the most chilling part? He did it around kids.
The original Smart Schoolboy 9. I'm a proper school-age schoolboy.
The accounts, Truthsticks 11, Girl Chloe 12, and Smart Schoolboy 9 looked like they belonged to completely different kids. But when online sleuths took a closer look, they realized all three were posting the same kind of creepy content. Truthsticks 11 account's bio suggested that it was managed by a 12-year-old boy and his mother. They stayed anonymous. However, it was only a cover, and the account's creepiness didn't stay hidden for long. Soon the page began posting weird AI-like photos of young boys. Slowly, the boy in the photos began to look increasingly unnatural. His face seemed warped, his eyes empty, and his body proportions slightly off. One detail that stood out was pale skin and super red lipstick. It was clear that those pictures were not natural. They were AI generated and heavily edited. But soon everything took a darker turn. It started moving toward material that appeared inappropriate for minors. The second account, called Stephanie Schooly, looked a lot like Truthsticks 11, and what really stood out was how often the two seemed to chat with each other, regularly popping up in each other's posts. The account was also run by a supposed 13-year-old girl, Stephanie. The posts were heavily edited, showing an AI generated young girl with a pale face and red lipstick. The intense editing made the girl appear uncanny and almost unreal. Besides, Stephanie's account was also filled with poems, and the poems were far from normal. They were truly disturbing, filled with suggestive content.
24. I'm at youth summer camp. I'm Stephanie, officially a teenager. It's nice.
However, one more thing that made everything more bizarre were the high-heeled boots. Every other photo of the children would be collaged with high-heeled boots and eerie captions. And it wasn't only this account that had this feature. The boots were also seen in Truthsticks, and most disturbingly, the main account called Smart School Boy 9.
Rabbit.
This account was the most sinister of all. Strangely, this account didn't use AI to generate children's photos. Instead, it featured actual videos and photos of a grown man dressed up to look like a schoolboy. His face was painted ghostly white, with exaggerated red lips, having an unsettling clown-like effect. The outfit made it even stranger. A proper British-style school uniform, blazer, tie, and shorts, paired with high-heeled boots. It was a disturbing mix of childish innocence and adult parody. It had the same energy as Truthsticks, a mother protecting her son while exposing the predators. The earliest posts made by the account exposed the supposed predators pretending to be children. Among them was a user named Abdullah Shakir.
So, that's the account run by a man pretending to be a boy.
And at first glance, this gave the account an air of credibility, but in reality, it was something far darker. One more thing that was strictly connected to all 3 accounts was the made-up voice. It was soft and delivered in a tone similar to a child. This made everything more creepy. People began noticing that the voice in all 3 accounts was eerily identical, regardless of which child was speaking.
It's definitely here, on my way to Kennington. Yeah. This is quite good. It's called a Mega Bubble Wand.
This was majorly noticed in one of the earliest videos posted on Truthstick's account. In the video, the supposed mother introduced the account and spoke about protecting her son online. The voice in this introductory video matched perfectly with the real adult man on the Smart Schoolboy account. Most of the clips were framed as part of his routine, which included activities like coming home from school, sitting on a bus, and talking about discipline.
School up, you know.
Then almost every time he would slip into something way more unsettling, like a bizarre tongue movement. It wasn't playful or silly, but exaggerated, and paired with unsettling body language, enough to make anyone watching feel uneasy. And it wasn't just a one-off. He repeated it constantly, especially right after his strange remarks like, "I have been good today," or "I must behave." The Truthsticks account carried the same undertones. The content seemed too suggestive. One of the highlights, called After School, looked especially explicit for underage children. If you look at the highlight titled After School, it's a video of what seems to be somebody naked, just legs, nothing is shown, but if you go and watch it, you can see it's in nature. Many of the photos on this account are an edit of that goofy face on a real person's body, and a lot of the bodies are in suggestive poses, which makes me think this is a definite fetish account. But this isn't even the worst part. In one of the most disturbing videos, he was seen wandering around a school zone in the same attire with his tongue extended out. This tongue gesture, however, seemed harmless, but it mimicked the behavior linked with adult fetish content. What made it so unsettling was the combination of childish mannerisms with subtle, predatory undertones. This rabbit hole began when a Reddit user named Cut792 made a post on April the 14th, 2024. They shared 3 screenshots of these strange accounts and warned that something about them felt seriously off. This one post gained a lot of traction online. It spread across the platforms like wildfire, and it quickly became the topic of discussions on Reddit and Discord, triggering the investigation by internet sleuths. But instead of retreating after the exposure, the man behind these accounts doubled down. Just after the post went viral, the Smart School Boy 9 account uploaded a story about the whole situation. He mocked the attention and dismissed the sleuths as nothing more than jealous. Someone on Reddit rightfully pointed out this creep's unsettling behavior in the way the accounts posted the weird AI-generated pictures of children. I can't pinpoint exactly what it is about this post or his other posts with the creepy red lips, but it hits a part of my reptilian brain that says run the f away or with fire. It's uncanny valley ASF, especially the girls one. I was browsing these posts at midnight and felt really weird. Meanwhile, the sleuths continued to dig deeper into the internet. As the investigation deepened, the threads began to connect. The same voice appeared across multiple accounts, becoming one of the biggest clues that tied everything together. From there, sleuths began cross-referencing usernames, timestamps, and location hints. Piece by piece, the mask finally slipped. Investigators eventually found that all the accounts allegedly traced back to a 59-year-old man named David Walter Alter. He had once lived in Doncaster, South Yorkshire, but locals say he was driven out after repeated bouts of erratic behavior. Even David Firth, the creator of Salad Fingers, an adult animated series, remembered seeing an adult man in the same creepy attire wandering in Doncaster. At the time, this strange man was dubbed Clown Monkey Man due to his eerie appearance. Have you ever heard of David Walter Alter? Also known as the Clown Monkey Man by some. He dressed up as a schoolboy, painted his face, and would walk around town center blowing raspberries and making strange noises at people. Yeah, I think I remember him walking around town in the late 90s or early 2000s when I was at Hall Cross School. He never approached me though. Online, the mystery kept growing. Reddit sleuths came up with a subreddit dedicated to Smart Schoolboy investigations. It was named Smart Schoolboy 9 New Sub. There, people shared screenshots, clues, and tried to figure out who this man really was. But the subreddit didn't last long. It was banned because of harassment and the sensitive things being posted. Still, people didn't give up. More subreddits appeared and users kept digging. Some even claimed to spot the man in real life, posting photos they said were of him. But the biggest breakthrough didn't come from Reddit at all. On Kiwi Farms, the users managed to track down almost everything about the Smart Schoolboy, right down to his personal and family history. They even found his alternate names. He called himself different names such as David Alter, other times David London, or even used online handles like lyricist David and Davids, _quick _comedy _and _songs. The internet gave him its own nicknames: Clown Monkey Man, Gray Man, and Whitey, and even just DWA, short for David Walter Alter. According to Kiwi Farms, David Walter Alter was born in December 1962 in London, England. His father, John Jacob Stansfield, was black and originally from South Africa, while his mother, Ilse Niebe, was white and from Germany. David had two siblings, an older brother named John and a younger sister named Ingrid. From a young age, David's life was filled with instability. He moved from school to school, reportedly after clashes with teachers or headmasters, though no one knows the full story. In the early 1980s, he shared a flat with his brother at Cairn Point, but after 1984, his trail went hazy. Most believe he eventually ended up in Streatham, where his mother was living at the time. By 1989, David's family life fallen apart. His parents separated, leaving him bouncing between his mother and father. There's little evidence he ever held a steady job. Instead, he survived on welfare and disability checks, what locals called neatbucks money given to those not working, studying, or in training. He was often seen in public collecting checks with an older woman by his side. Some even recall members of the RCJ congregation or the Doncaster Disabled People's Alliance dropping off food at his flat regularly, well into 2024. Then in 1994, David's strange obsession began to surface. He was 32 years old, yet he started presenting himself as if he were a schoolboy. That year, he even wrote a letter to the editor of the Evening Standard, and unsurprisingly, his topic of choice was school uniforms. In the letter, he gave away his address on Ashlake Road, Streatham, and most importantly, marked the first time he ever used the name David Alter. From there, his movements became harder to track. He lived briefly in Moorfoot before moving to a flat in Doncaster, and it was in Doncaster that his disturbing schoolboy act truly began to play out in public. Witnesses remember him wandering the streets in a vintage school uniform, blazer, tie, shorts. His face was smothered in white paint, lips painted an unnatural bright red. The children were terrified. Many ran from him when he lurked near schools, though adults often brushed him off as nothing more than an eccentric oddball, but that illusion faded away in 2004. That year, David's act crossed the line from unsettling to dangerous. He was arrested for harassing a young girl, Keely Pert, near Hall Cross School in Doncaster. When police looked into his flat, what they found was chilling. Secret photographs of the girl taken without her knowledge. And then came David's twisted response. Instead of being guilty, he turned the blame on Keely, claiming that she had pursued him and was only upset because he had refused to be her boyfriend. Authorities didn't send him to prison. Instead, he was admitted to a mental hospital for some time. However, we are unsure whether this was after or before his sentencing. What is certain is that David avoided jail altogether. After that, people stopped seeing him as much. Through the late 2000s and into the 2010s, the man who once wandered outside schools slowly faded into the background, though not for long. In 2015, he slipped back into the limelight. A man who had the same physical appearance as David reportedly harassed another schoolgirl in Doncaster, but there was not much the police could do except create an oddly similar sketch of David. That same year, David also started using social media. He created his first Facebook account under the name David London. On this account, he was eerily obsessed over the places he had lived before, like Streatham, Moorfoot, and Cairn Post, besides posting his weird music as well. But in 2018, David's real self finally came out, and he created his first persona, Stephanie. He would often pick up random children's pictures from the internet, only to make their faces pale, broaden their mouths, and color them. Beyond Stephanie, Truth Sticks, Smart Schoolboy, and Girl Chloe, David made dozens of other accounts across Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Reddit, and Instagram. The most unsettling thing about those accounts was that they were often seen commenting on each other's posts, defending each other from trolls. Some of the better-known names included Miles, which was linked to the Smart Schoolboy 9 account, and also appeared as miles.s.95 on Instagram. Another persona was Miley, who had an account under miley.s95. This one pretended to be the younger sister of Miles. But not much could be known about this account as David had quickly made it private. Other personas included Zia Patel, Stockwell Joanne, Only Facts, London David, Teresa Newsom, Schoolgirl Teresa, The Converted Girl, First Raspberry, Jesus Christ, Integrity Good. And this is where things took a bizarre turn when someone made a chilling post on Reddit. The post showed how the Smart Schoolboy 9 account was commenting on a young boy's profile. He was seen leaving long comments about staying cautious of dangerous people, because he and that boy were supposedly too young and innocent. I'm guessing you like techies more. I've only tried them once. Another boy ahead of me at school, he's 12, brings snacks few have heard of here in the UK. Be careful with some comments you receive. That's because some bad people have obviously had their comments deleted before you read them. It happens to most boys in our age group, but the horror went deeper. Since David was already known to steal children's photos from the internet to create disturbing pictures, many believe he may have done the same with this boy. Does this boy not look like one of his highly edited photos? Or am I going crazy? Perhaps he is using him as a sort of base imagine for AI. I don't know. This guy's AI images really freak me out. Also, how he continuously talks to little kids online. People in the comments of this Reddit post made comments about his unsettling predatory behavior. They claim that David might have commented on this boy's post because he was his type. I definitely see it. If not him, he definitely commented on his page because he's his type. Apart from befriending other random kids on those accounts, David also reportedly followed his sister's children under the pretense. In 2024, when that one particular Reddit post went viral to expose David, all of his Instagram personas went dark. But one thing was for sure. This much limelight had made David a star overnight. People who had never heard his name before were suddenly talking about him everywhere. Much of this came after several YouTube creators released chilling documentaries about David and his disturbing content. The videos had shown everything they could, and David ended up shutting down all of his accounts. Many people started suspecting it to be an alternate reality game, or more specifically, a horror art project. But that theory didn't hold much weight. After all, David had been spotted in real life multiple times, wearing the same creepy outfit that appeared in his online posts. And on top of that, Kiwi Farms confirmed what many had already suspected. This wasn't art or an elaborate game. What David was doing was far more explicit. While it was speculated at first, the evidence for his existence is overwhelming and goes back decades. David and his insanity are unfortunately very real. Then someone even dug deeper to find the reality, whether it was really a or ARG. Under a popular YouTube video about David, they found dozens of comments from people who said flat out that they had seen him in real life. This is genuinely not a lie. I swear I know this person. I'm originally from Doncaster, and during my teens, early 20s there, I would occasionally see what me and my friends called Clown Monkey Man. Another person also shared the same thoughts under that video, can confirm he's from Doncaster. Around 20 years ago he was arrested, and when they raided his home he had loads of pictures plastered on his walls from local dance schools. After this YouTube video about David went viral, many people even discussed him in their WhatsApp groups and Facebook messages. Remember Clown Monkey Man from Donnie we saw once? He's only gone bloody viral. Definitely him as well. People have confirmed it. X. Yet another Donnie freak. I think that would make a great horror film with the images on here. People also recalled how he creepily followed school kids. Oh god, I don't remember that. Haha, I know he hung around outside Hallcross School in the museum and followed kids around town trying to show them his lunchbox. Strangely, it also came to know that this man wasn't seen only in this uniform, but he had changed his outfits and attire throughout the years. However, his makeup and glasses remained the same. In one Facebook comment, someone even remembered seeing him in fairy wings wandering in the streets, acting like a flying monkey in The Wizard of Oz. He had like little wings he used to wear to make him look like those flying monkeys from Wizard of Oz, and he sort of used to glide up and down. I am surprised he's changed his usual getup. Looked like a teacher last time round. Yeah, I said that as well. He used to look more office. Formal suit look. In essence, it was confirmed that David is not ARG or an art project, but a real human being. Dude is a and it's not an ARG. These accounts are all real and not socks of any ARG maker. But here's where things take a turn for the absolute worst, and this part might leave you shaken. David's way of styling himself, especially the ghostly makeup, suggested something dark and sinister. On Kiwi Farms, someone pointed out an eerie detail. The pictures that those accounts posted were made to look like asphyxiated corpses. Accounts mention he is dark-skinned, some that he has vitiligo. As mentioned by someone in Nick Crowley's vid, he composites kids to look like asphyxiated corpses. One commenter also noted that the stuffed stomach and weird body proportions gave him the appearance of a waterlogged body pulled from a river. People have speculated that his pale face and swollen mouth obsessions are meant to mimic the appearance of drowning victims. I thought that was a stretch, but whatever he's doing to his body in pictures like this really makes him look like a waterlogged corpse. And if you found that disturbing, take a deep breath, because the next revelation will give you the ick. On TruthSticks11's account, David made a next-level unsettling post about another creator. He accused the man of being a predator, even going as far as to call him a cannibal who wanted to children to satisfy his fetish. But here's the detail that horrified people the most. The way David wrote it, it didn't just sound like an accusation. It seemed like he was revealing his own secret desires. Abdullah Shakir noticed the lettering of the surname and what he is implying. Crimes against humanity. CHA, crimes, humanity, appalling. It's all code. Cannibal. Hatred, active, indicating why he uses photos of boys showing bare flesh. KIR suggests his fetish extends to thoughts of ritual. A Redditor under the same expose post about David gave a chilling insight into his dark mind. According to them, David wanted to be treated like a child and scolded by predators. It wasn't just unusual, it was deeply disturbing. I kinda have a theory that he has a fetish of seeing people like him creeping on kids, and a fetish to feel the shame, and that's why he always responds the way he responds. Like he want to feel like a kid who is being harassed or by a guy like him, but also get off by doing the same to other kids. Not long after, someone on Reddit was successful in tracking down his actual location, making this saga even more unsettling. His house was found in Doncaster, South Yorkshire, 35 Christchurch Road. To make things worse, one user even pulled it up on Google Maps, and when they compared the images, the exterior of the house, and even the objects placed outside, matched perfectly with what was seen in David's videos. After the investigation, it turned out that the house was divided into different flats. Records showed that Flat 2, DN12QD, was registered under the name David Alter, confirming that David lived there. Interestingly enough, just down a few blocks, the investigators also found a building of the Doncaster Disabled People's Alliance. This further confirmed that David lived in that very flat. Ever since his location was doxed online by sleuths, David began keeping a low profile. Some believe he has recreated his personas with different usernames now. He rarely posts on his original account, David London, on Facebook, and backs out when trolls attack him altogether. A similar incident occurred in November 2024 when a troll from Kiwi Farms created a fake account under the name Darren Swat. The troll pretended to be his older brother John and reached out to him on Facebook. During the conversation, David made loads of ridiculous excuses for his pedophilic behavior online. He claimed it was all part of comedy bits, that the people accusing him were his trolls, and most bizarrely that his actions were caused by a Mandela-style effect from an alternate universe. But what made everything more ridiculous was David's selfie that he shared with Darren. In the picture, his skin seemed smooth and flawless for a man in his 60s, like something straight out of AI software, but at least it was not creepy like other children's photos. The case even reached channels that hunt predators, a famous YouTube channel named Predator Poachers which tracks down predators and online. In one of the recent videos posted in May 2025, and they seem to be talking about a smart school boy in code words and how he is a threat to school-going kids.
I don't know if you've heard about this name. 9?
No, I haven't.
Okay, well, there's a big buzz going on about him right now. Apparently his real name is from the UK.
Okay.
And he goes by the name 9 because he's obsessed with school and school age.
That makes sense.
And so he creates these accounts, takes other girls' photos, blurs the faces, puts other faces on it, and pretends to be these new girls.
Do you think he's talked to you before?
Oh, I'm almost certain of it. I'll be honest, at first I thought that when I got that phone call, it had something to do with him.
Interesting.
With these different accounts doxed and removed, David is now believed to have other alternate accounts, such as Joyous Girl on YouTube. On this account, he defended himself behind the curtains. In one of the comments under a video about a smart school boy, Joyous Girl commented, "The man discusses in the video a young child named Stephanie as he." Absolutely shocking predatory behavior to post that girl's photos that have nothing to do with other Lyrics guy or the young schoolboy. Completely different people. In another YouTube video, the Joyous Girl account was spotted again, defending David in the comments for months on end. To make the whole thing more bizarre, another account under the name HairPixel5805 jumped in as well, replying to both trolls and Joyous Girls if the two were in on it together. Do you think it's funny lying about a 9-year-old boy? Seems like you are the crazy one here. Actually, I'm saying factual things, and there's nothing crazy about facts. I know, it's those horrible people who keep telling lies about the boy. You seem to be the only one in the comment section who defends him. Thank you. The world needs more brave girls like you. You're a grown brown-skinned man. Now that is really, really funny, for I'm a girl, and also, be real, that boy is naturally pale. That isn't makeup. Okay, David? I'm a girl. But I know you do this commenting thing for attention. It's all, "Hi, David," in a really creepy way. The truth is winning. God is true. But that wasn't the only mask David was hiding behind. He had also been posting under a channel called Smart School Girl 9. Just 2 weeks ago, that account uploaded an odd AI-stuffed video titled Truth that the haters need, tagged with hashtags like #Justice for the Boy, #SmartSchoolBoy9, #SSB9. One user on Kiwi Farms described watching the video as making them feel psychotic. This shit makes me feel like I'm being put through MK Ultra. The channel itself shows a scattered trail of activity, with David dropping posts across different months defending the Smart Schoolboy. Another video titled Crucial New Information from Smart Schoolboy 9 was also posted nearly 2 months ago. In the video, David appeared to be addressing his fans in his creepy manly voice while showing AI-edited pictures with text. The bio of the account read, "I am not the schoolboy," and he does not use any social media, just posting on his behalf. And the channel was created in February 2025. Alongside these, there were countless shorts featuring Smart Schoolboy, all edited with the same unsettling AI software. And whether it was a short or a full video, one thing remained the same. Comments were always disabled. But the strangest twist came when the Joyous Girl account got trolled by someone using the name The Original Stansfield. At first it seemed genuine. The name matched that of David's late father. father. The replies were almost funny, mocking joyous girl and back and forth exchanges. David, you're not a girl. We've had this conversation already. This is why I left your mother and you. I can't believe you've turned into this. Stop being crazy. This is not what I tried to raise. But when sleuths dug deeper, they discovered the account was created in 2013, long after David's father had passed away. Many people believed that it was most likely David himself arguing with his own fake persona, just like he had done so many times before. But I saw in the first post in this thread that David's dad actually died a really long time ago, so I guess this is just David being schizophrenic and staging family drama so he can convince himself that anyone with the misfortune of being related to him would still bother to waste their energy on him. It seems that David might have had some daddy issues back when his dad was alive, and still harbors a feeling of rejection. I just feel bad for the poor dad. Even in death, he and his likeness have a role in David's made-up fetish world. People have also noticed another persona under the name Teresa Newsom on Pinterest, which David also ran. This profile was once public, and the investigators were able to archive some of the posts, which appeared like this. One post from the Teresa Newsom account was downright nauseating. It was a photo of two young girls, digitally altered to make their mouths wide and with red lipstick, and dressed in an explicit way. But now, the account looks completely different. All of David's disturbing boards are locked away. No one can dive into his schizophrenic-style text dumps and unsettling AI images of young girls. On another account, which went by the name Lyricist David, he posted his own music videos with voice only.
Why can you guess what that might be? Guess what might? Can you guess what that might be? Might I say you something I might regret? Or if I do, and just forget, what would you say to that?
Now, if we look at his Facebook account under the name David London, he recently made a very revealing post. It seemed like he was speaking about himself, but in third person. It isn't nice being lied about and then finding years later that the person who lied about you because they couldn't get their way is now going through something that led to their experiencing something that they had deliberately and falsely said had happened to you. The matter of sectioning. It cannot just happen to anyone whereby people merely say that an individual is requiring that. There are procedures, and fortunately, that has never happened to me at any time whatsoever. And here's exactly why this thing makes it crazy. Being sectioned in the UK means being placed in a mental asylum because someone is seen as an immediate danger to themselves or others. If David was talking about himself here, it suggests he knows exactly why he's under watch, because he's seen as a real threat.
Hi.
Noticing the time difference between this and his last post. He must have been in the 28-day assessment and released with medication and a community order. Now, with most of his accounts gone for good, David continues to post from his Facebook account on and off while letting only a few of his friends comment. Whether those friends are real people or just more of his sock puppet personas, nobody can say for sure. There's no evidence of any ongoing investigation by police into David and his whereabouts. But one thing is certain, the majority of the subreddits and Discord servers have gone cold, as there is no major lead on David's whereabouts and his predatory traits. We hope and pray that no other child falls prey to online predators hiding behind such misleading and creepy accounts. That wraps up today's story. If you made it this far, drop a like and subscribe to support the channel. We've got more unsettling documentaries on the way, so tell us in the comments which person you'd like to see featured next.
I can fool them. I can fool you, eh, Sam? Yeah? I'm a better twerker than you, Sam. I bet you didn't know that, did you, eh? I'm a better twerker. Look, see? I'm a better twerking.
If I were to describe a 54-year-old who is a serial with a disturbing addiction to videos, online models, and hotlines, you might think I was exaggerating. But after watching Steven Dawson, the degenerate Twitter, that description doesn't even scratch the surface. From begging to be unbanned by the Babe Station TV for his disturbing behavior, trying to break in and show up at someone's home, leak personal information, obsessively stalking and harassing models online, to cross-dressing, singing songs about his favorite stars, and his numerous trolls who cannot seem to leave him alone.
Issues for the Babe Station, babes at Babe Station. Hello. Ding a dong. Come and shimmy sometime.
Born on September 1st, 1972 in Ashford, Kent in the UK, Stephen's life did not have a good start. Allegedly, his father passed away when he was only a kid, and his mum had to be placed in a care home not so long after, forcing Stephen into a care home himself. But how did Stephen, a 54-year-old man, become a serial? Let's go down the rabbit hole of his depravity and disturbing internet presence to find possible answers.
Fat bottom girls, you made the rock and roll go round. Hey there, listen here, now I've got my mortgage and homes, I've got stiffness in the butt.
Steven's story, as we know it, is told through the embarrassing and disturbing videos he posts of himself online, where he has revealed he has a learning disability, spends his days gooning, sharing his talented singing, filming cooking videos and food reviews, and responding to trolls.
Ever calls me, anyone on Instagram called me conehead ever again and all that, you'll be blocked. Okay, no one called me that, because it's not very nice.
He's also weirdly fascinated with farting and burping loudly, but that is far from his biggest struggle and addiction, as he is completely obsessed with Babe Station. Babe Station is basically an adult television channel that lets viewers pay to call in to talk to various stars and have them perform various acts on air for them. And as you may have guessed, Steven is one of their top callers. He often makes videos and tweets talking about calling in and about the stars.
Oh, pardon me. This is to all the Babe Station babes at Babe Station, including the gorgeous Katie Cole, who brightens my day anytime. Madison, ding dong. Danny Harwood, bang, bang, bang tidy. And all the Babe Station babes as well. You all look gorgeous on screen. And you pretty. Hello, baby. Oh, yeah, baby. Ding dong.
But as much as Steven loves the women at Babe Station, he is particularly more fascinated with Preeti Young, forming a weird one-sided relationship, constantly calling, harassing her on Twitter, recording her during calls without her permission or anyone's knowledge. He posts a lot of videos where he often declares his love for Preeti and makes awfully disturbing videos about her.
I love you, Preeti. You're the best woman ever that can make my life so wonderful, like you are. You're the best one ever, and I miss you so much, Preeti. Mwah.
In fact, Steve's love for Preeti runs deep, but it looks less like affection and more like obsession, as he has folders he single-handedly made, a mug he made with her pictures as well as calendars.
This babe here, this one here, she likes to disappoint people and all that, you know. That's all she ever likes bloody doing. Like she did this morning. She likes to disappoint her fans. Like she did.
However, because of the weird nature of this relationship, Steven acts like he has a close relationship with Preeti and the other Babe Station girls, getting angry when he's put on a queue, talking to them like they are in an actual relationship, especially Preeti.
I'm trying to call you several times to get through to speak to you on Babe Station TV screen, but no! Your phone line was completely busy yet again! It's always busy! You never have time for me! You never do! Honestly, I'm so disappointed.
Unfortunately, this is a bit sad and a cause for concern, as it seems this is his only outlet for intimacy and connection. Everyone but he can see just how wrong and weird this sort of attachment is. But more recently, the women on Babe Station have been cutting him off as soon as they recognize his unique voice.
I thought I'd get your f***ing attention this time. I want to know why your phones keep f***ing cutting out of me. You know, they keep cutting out. Every time a glamour girl starts shaking their phones and going like that, they keep cutting out. What's wrong with your phones? Why don't you sort your phones out, Babe Station, yeah? Sort your bloody...
Turns out even cam whores have standards where Steven is concerned because of his weird behavior, but that's not all. Because of his weird obsession with Preeti and his incessant disturbance on other social media platforms, Steven moved from a fan getting birthday wishes from Babe Stations to a creep constantly messaging Preeti on IG and Twitter, making videos insulting her, making racist comments, threats. He even a few years ago turned up in Preeti's hometown on her 30th birthday to give her a birthday card from him. Apparently he had first sent her a card, probably with some explicit content, and when he didn't receive any response from her, he got a train ticket and showed up outside her house to make sure she had a good birthday before getting scared by her dog and fleeing.
Stephen D here. Today I'm in Tadworth in Surrey. I came by train on the from East Croydon to here. I came at the beginning of last year, 2018. February. That's when Pretty and Peter's birthday is, in February of this year. They'll both be 30 years old. Yeah, birthday's on the 10th of February. So I've just come to see what Tadworth is like. Not a very nice day here, unfortunately not, anyway, so...
As expected, Preeti grew tired of his scary antics and proceeded to block him on Twitter. You can imagine the crash out from Steven, who is so in love and makes several videos begging to be unblocked and angry. He was even blocked in the first place.
Please, please unblock me, Pretty. Please, Pretty, please, I beg of you to unblock me on Twitter. Can you please be a good girl to unblock me on Twitter, okay? I beg of you with all my heart. I beg of you with all my heart, Pretty. I beg of you to please unblock me on Twitter. I want you to unblock me, baby. I love you so much. But now my heart is broken. My heart is broken solid.
Today, Steven denies showing up in her house and said he just happened to be in the area nowhere near her house, which even if that was true, is full-on stalker behavior. Little wonder he's blocked till this day, but he doesn't see anything wrong with any of his actions. After being blocked, Steven leaked a few private details about Preeti, which to be honest, are not that hard to find if you have access to the internet in free time. In a tweet, he threatened her with blackmail, saying he'd leak her real name and that she has a child, then proceeded to leak her name anyways. Trolls have tried to convince Steven that these Babe Station babes are not in love with him as he thinks, and are more scared of him than in love, leading Steven to make a sad defense of the love shared between him and the babes at Babe Station. The trolls have also been telling the Babe Station babes to be wary of Steven, saying that he could cause them possibly, which isn't far from the truth, given all the nasty things he says and does. However, one troll in particular, called George by Steven, was apparently spreading rumors about Steven to the Babe Station babes, warning them to stay away from him.
Person on here called George, he's autistic and all that. He shouldn't say vile stuff to Pretty about me. You know, making up lies about me and telling Babe Station that I'm going to do something to them, which I'm not anyway. I'm not that type of person. I won't Babe Station beauties anyway. Of course I won't. Of course I'm not. I'm that type of person then. I'm not violent, which I'm not. I like phoning them up. Yes, I do. I like speaking to them as well too on the phones. I like telling them jokes and telling them about my day and all that, which I do. So, you know, this George has got to pack it in.
Speaking of trolls, one of Steven's pastime activities when he's not gooning or stalking stars like Preeti Young is responding to trolls. A man like Steven has numerous trolls that always seem to have an issue with him. I wonder why when he's such a perfect person anyways, starting with his feud with Simon Stone, a convicted felon with a long history of harassing women. He spends his days creepily photoshopping himself into images, which is how he discovered Steven and began doing the same thing.
Yes, I heard about you. You got missing or something. I heard about you. What a shame.
Conehead! I mock you! You're a conehead! Coneheads in the night!
Obviously, this pisses Steven off, and as usual, he made a video.
You, listen up, Simon Stone's a complete bloody freak. You don't put my face on videos. Do you understand, you freak? You don't photoshoot me either with other people. That is totally unacceptable behaviour of yours. Do you understand, Simon Stone? Do you understand, you freak? Leave my pictures alone. You understand? Leave them alone, otherwise I won't leave you alone. Instead, as in, I report you to X and get your account shut down. See how you like it? Okay?
But Simon only responded with another video.
Conehead.
This sparked another video from Steven, and another, and another, and another.
Shut up, you fucking dozy twonk! Shut up, you fucking dozy twonk! You're a fucking arsehole, you fucking dozy twonk! Shut it!
But Simon is not the only troll Steven has, or the only troll he has responded to. He also had an issue with a Nick Gurr for being a troll and allegedly harassing the Babe Station babes.
Hello, Nick Gurr. I want you to stop harassing the Babe Station beauties, okay? Will you please leave them alone? Stop keep harassing them. I heard that you're a troll and all that. I want you to stop harassing people. It's not fair, really, if you keep harassing the Babe Station beauties and all that, with Babe Station babes, anyway, if you keep harassing them, it's not fair, is it, on them, you know? They're just doing their job, that's all, you know? They're just doing their job. That's what they do anyway. You know, speak to people on the phones and all that. They can't love people on the phone anyway, which I know, so I'm a big, massive fan. And, yeah, Nick Gurr, I wanted to please stop harassing them.
Coming from someone who constantly harasses the Babe Station babes. Seems like double standards. He also had an issue with one Gavin, who he claimed was now in jail for his crimes because Gavin made a custom towel print with a very lovely picture of Steven on it. A Craig Wilson alerted Steven of this. And as expected, Steven wasn't too happy about it and threatened to call the police, reminding everyone that he has a learning disability and should not be bullied.
Now, you listen here, Gavin. You listen fucking here, you fucking arsehole. You don't print pictures of me on a towel. Do you fucking understand? Do you prick? Otherwise, Craig Wilson will call the police on you. You don't bully me online, okay? You got it? You bully me online, then I'll bully you. See how you like it, crap. See how you like it, Gavin. Do you understand? You stop printing pictures of me and put them on a towel. Not fair on me. I have a learning difficulty.
But Gavin did not stop. He proceeded to make a t-shirt of Steven right before he got arrested, according to Steven. However, these trolls and internet feuds do not compare to the feud he had with Kevin Baker. Kevin Baker is a supposed singer and songwriter who also lives in Ashford and appears on his own podcast. Unlike the others, Kevin Baker is a real-life troll of Steven. However, he had invited Steven on his podcast that had to be deleted because of all the swearing Steven was doing. He then made another 30-minute podcast on the Steven Dawson case from 2021, where he threatened legal actions and told stories about Steven being a predator. He also accuses Steven of being gay.
I don't know no Davy Jones anyway. On another boyfriend, I'm single. I'm not into men anyway. I'm into women, which I am anyway.
Accuses him of selling cigarettes to children outside of Tesco's, which Steven debunks.
Now listen up, Kevin Baker. Listen up. I do not sell cigarettes to children outside Tesco's. I wouldn't do a thing like that anyway. I'm not that type of person anyway. So what are you trying to do to me? Trying to ruin my reputation as you always flaming do, you flaming idiot. What the hell is wrong with you, eh? Why can't you stop picking on me and stop causing trouble against me, yeah?
With Steven warning him to stop constantly spreading outrageous stories and bullying him even though Kevin's wife and Steven Dawson were schoolmates and know themselves.
I know his wife Vicky anyway, because she went to school with me years ago, and she knows my older sister Susan. Which she does, and, Vicky does. Vicky Baker knows my older sister Susan. You know, because they both went to, because we all went to the same school back in the day anyway, many years ago that was, and all that.
And although Kevin Baker might be Steven's biggest troll, some other trolls do not spread rumors or make videos. They send fan mails that Steven has a hard time believing if they're real or not. Although can you blame these trolls who are looking for Steven's reactions? And he always reacts with an angry video like when he received a gift from Babe Station. Steven received a gift supposedly from Mr. P of Babe Station in the mail. Mr. P has performed in so many naughty videos with the Babe Station babes, by the way, and the gift he sent contained a shirt and a letter. The letter thanks Steven for his constant calls in that Babe Station, including his love. Pretty Young were all appreciative of him. Steven shared the funny shirt on social media condemning Babe Station, or for the shirt that had an inappropriate picture of him in just his pants, and a text that said, "Pretty Young, it is time for and you can imagine just how terribly he took it.
Reckon it's funny sending me a t-shirt like that? You know, it's inappropriate. You don't use a picture of me with no top under me pants. That isn't right, that is wrong. Nobody sends inappropriate stuff to me from Base Station TV because it's not right. It is wrong. You know, nobody sends me stuff like that. I want Base Station to send me proper stuff. You know, probably like signed pictures or something, but what's the point in that?
He also received a fan mail gift from Elon Musk, obviously a fake person and a troll. The fan mail came with a t-shirt with the image of Pretty Young, which he didn't like, and a letter which he didn't also like. The letter said, "I am writing to you to say that I am very sorry for my plans to ban Shemale content on Twitter, as well as limiting how many people you can follow in a day. I didn't mean to do it. It was an accident. At Twitter, we are big fans of Pretty Young, like you are too, so we have sent you this t-shirt to enjoy. I hope you like it. Please post a video on Twitter to let me know if you're happy with it or not." How these trolls get his address is crazy, and a cause for concern. But maybe not enough for Steven, who is more interested in making these angry videos than his potential lack of safety, cause he later started wearing the shirt in his newer videos. However, if you thought that was all, it is not even close. Steven also received a gay Christmas card, and you can imagine how he took it.
Yeah, whoever sent me this one, think it's funny? Think again, it ain't funny. Nobody takes a mick out of me. Nobody. They think they're my fans. Think again. I ain't got any fans on Twitter. Never do.
He also received at a different time a Christmas card from a fake Pretty Young promising to unblock him on Twitter. And another time, a troll sent him a parcel containing a pack of shit. Actual poop, and you can be assured that Steven was far, far from pleased. But most of his trolls like to pretend they're from a Babe Station TV, and send him gifts like when he received a boxes and though it was from Babe Station, and was so excited. But he later on realized that he was just being deceived as usual. But responding to trolls isn't the only pastime activity Steven enjoys. He has so much more, one of which is playing dress-ups. He believes that whatever costume he puts on actually disguises him, and people can't tell who he is.
Hi everyone. I've got a little secret really, and you know, I thought I'd tell people, you see, because I've got a little secret, you see. Right, hear this, people. Batman is really me. See, there you go. You didn't think it was really me, did you? See?
He also loves wigs and owns a couple of them, which he used in his videos while also playing his dress-ups. Steven constantly dressing or pretending to be his female counterpart Stephanie D, which by the way is such a creative name I'm sure to Steven Dawson, has raised lots of eyebrows, prompting people to question the kind of videos he watches. While that may seem hard to currently guess, if you put she and male together, I'm sure you can guess it easily.
Good evening, lady Rose. Ding dong, baby. And to you, Amber Page, and all the other base station beauties as well too. My name's Stephanie. My name is Stephanie. Alias as Steven D. Me. Look at that. What do you think?
Although Steven is currently really good at playing dress-ups, he has other talents and surprisingly doesn't watch just all day. He's quite a gifted man in other areas aside singing, gooning, playing dress-up as a she-male. Steven is a chef, a master of the culinary arts if you really think about it, at least for someone like him. He has multiple videos and posts where he shows off the fine preparation and the beautiful result in plating of his meals. They're the kind of meals you would expect from someone like Steven Dawson, except they look fairly better than you'd imagine them to be. As usual with his videos, Steven doesn't fail to make disturbing comments even when doing something as innocent as cooking, never missing a chance to be a weird dude. According to Steven's trolls, if you ever want to know how to cook through the mind of a mentally ill person, they recommend these Steven Dawson's tutorials, that they could help. I mean, diced pork with rice and ketchup and a sweet and sour sauce sounds like what a head or sous chef would make at a fancy restaurant. Steven makes other type of dishes like his spaghetti bolognese, his meat pie and chips, his beef stir-fry. However, as much as Steven loves to cook his meals for himself, he enjoys putting on his Stephanie persona and cooking for his one true love, Pretty Young, by serenading her and writing love letters as well.
Unfortunately, Pretty, you ain't getting any of this, because you've been a bad girl, haven't you? You've been a bad girl, you have, Pretty. Yes, darling, you have been an obedient bad girl to me, you have. Yes, Pretty. You didn't obey me, did you, Pretty, eh?
Steven makes it no secret that he has a learning disability anyway. At every chance he gets, he mentions that he has a learning disability, especially when he's getting bullied on the internet and has revealed that his dad when he was alive had informed him of his current learning difficulty. Does he do it for sympathy? To gain the love he didn't get from his dad, or for attention? We can never know, but Steven Dawson has a learning disability. He wants people to never forget when they troll him for his depravity and disturbing videos like it plays a role in why he's the way he is. But his learning disability goes beyond him mentioning it when he's getting bullied. In some of his videos he shares online, Steven goes to his local community center where it turns out is an adult learning difficulty group. However, speaking about his learning disability, I should probably mention, if it wasn't already obvious to you, that Steven lives on benefits. The UK government gives Steven $300 to $700 per month based on his needs, and he spends $2 per minute on Babe Station, women, and one call lasts about 20 minutes according to him. So he spends $40 per call, and you can bet he doesn't call once per day. So Steven Dawson spends his entire benefit money on Babe Station women, and most likely in less than a month, depending on what he receives that month. And some trolls do not like this. They accuse him of lying and faking his learning disability just so he could deceive the UK government, which by the way upsets Steven so much. He's also talked about his troubles with the benefits office sometimes, because the trolls constantly contact them to cut his benefits, since he spends their tax monies on cam wars, especially one troll, Tamra, who he constantly spoke against on Twitter. He's also revealed that he has a support worker because of his learning disability, and although he revealed on Twitter that he had reported Kevin Baker's harassment during their issue to his support worker, the extent of the support worker's role in his life is unknown, but it's safe to say her work is to make sure he's not dead yet, nothing more. Whether or not he's pretending to have learning disabilities, one thing is definitely certain about Steven. He is weird and not okay and has become a target for internet trolls as a result of his disturbing behavior. Steven Dawson is also not a fan of religion.
I've got to send this through the post as well too. You know, with my other two of us DVD. I've got to send this through the post as well too. I don't know who's trying to be funny. I don't know who's trying to be funny with me, you know, sending this stuff to me and all that. You know, I don't know who it is and all that, but I know the real Pretty Young wouldn't anyway, because I know she don't anyway, so I don't know who's sending this kind of crap thing. Anyway, I don't know who it is, but I'm not into stuff like that anyway. I never was. No.
And when one of his trolls, Mini Tom, announced that Steven had converted to Islam and told the Babe Station and Babes the same thing.
Now this video is for this doji twat. Mini Tom official. He's an ugly troll. He looks ugly enough anyway, which he does, anyway. On the picture, the profile picture, he's ugly, he is, which he is, and all that. Now, listen up, Mini Tom. Tom, fake official, more like. I have not converted into Islam. You're a complete liar, you are. You like to make stories up as you go along, don't you? And tell the base station about me that I've converted to Islam, which I haven't, Mini Tom. I haven't. I never would anyway. So,
But being disrespectful to other people's religion isn't his only fault, as he's also been accused of being racist by Pretty Young, leading him to making a video, asking her to grow up as he was offended anyway.
I am not a massive racist, telling people I'm a massive racist and all that. I like black people and I like Asians. I always do anyway. I'm never a massive racist to no one. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Whether made you think I'm a massive racist and all that? No, I'm not. You got that wrong, ain't you, Pretty, eh? What the hell is wrong with you? Why don't you grow up and get a grip, babe? You understand, yeah?
Steven Dawson has also been constantly accused of being a threat to the safety of women and children, which is not exactly surprising, given the amount of disturbing things he says and does all the time. But such a prudent man he is anyway, because Steven came out to clear the air, assure the public to ignore his creepy behaviors because he would never hurt a woman anyway. He assured the Babe Station babes and everyone that he is not a predator and nobody needs to stay away from him.
And let's see these Base Station beauties. I am not a predator. And you can, and everyone, you can interact with me. Yes, you can, because I'm not a danger to no one.
I mean, him telling Pretty Young he'd baguette in her is such a normal thing to say to a woman. So yes, he's not a predator anyways. Plus, he also once announced that he was a virgin and has never gotten laid in his life, which may explain a lot, except we know that it's an obvious lie.
What's the difference between you and eggs? Eggs get laid and you don't. I don't anyway. I never got laid in my life anyway.
And I mean, he should be believed, given he was allegedly banned for being a pest in his learning disability group and for constantly trying to score with the women there, and is possibly where he met his ex-girlfriend, as there are old pictures of him with his disabled ex-girlfriend. But Steven does have a female best friend, and when he posts or talks about himself outside of his Pretty Young and disturbing content addiction, he's with his best friend, Sarah Bourne. This is the only known friend besides his real-life online friend, and love, Pretty Young, who according to Steven is single, and likes to say as single as he does. He also comes on Twitter to show the things Sarah buys for him, like a fancy glasses and taking him out for lunch. At least he knows other people except Pretty Young and the Babe Station babes, even though not much is known about this as best friend. Steven Dawson apparently also knows nothing about internet safety because his trolls have somehow convinced him to show his living space to them. They accused him of hiding someone in his closets, and this gives us an idea of how his gooning space looks like as he did a full house tour. Starting from his bedroom where he showed us his bed, his drawers, his cupboards where he keeps his Pretty Young's cassettes when he phones her, recording without anyone knowing. He also shows his cassette recorder, and we can see from his room that there are lots of Babe Station DVD and pictures under his bed, around his bed, and in every corner he can fit them.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is my my house tour video, and I have to do it for 2 minutes, unfortunately. So, you know, this is my bedroom and all that. This is my drawers where I put different kinds of stuff in. This is my cassettes where I record Pretty Young and all that when I phone her up. And this is my bed as well too. My cassette recorder as well. This is my drawers where I put all kinds of stuff in there. That's my box to put my photos in. My video when I record Pretty Young. When I play it back on my Freeview Plus box.
He has more recordings and videos, although mostly from Babe Station babes. They look like horrible art decos and are definitely more than 100. While doing his tour, he had shared, I think unintentionally, some out-of-place containers, and Pastor Toby on Twitter asked him what they were for, and he said he couldn't say what the containers were for, as they were for personal use. But it was later confirmed by him that the jug in his room is what he used after gooning to dirty DVDs, and the bucket for when he falls sick or feels unwell, and from the dirty looks of those containers, they probably have been there for a long time, or might just be because of lighting. Either ways, it just adds to Steven's disturbing behavior, his depravity and addiction to gooning like it's the air he breathes. But to continue the tour, Steven showed his collection of transgender DVDs, such as Shamail's Strokers 82. Not exactly surprising since he likes to cross-dress anyways.
I don't know. That's my DVDs and all that. You know, and all that. Yeah, that's my DVDs. This is my front room ones. Yeah, it's my front room. well...
Steven also did a tour of his front room, which looks pretty normal for someone like him. He shows us his storage box in his front room that has his costumes for when he goes to the nightclubs, like his Stephanie D's clothes, his learning disability books, his Babe Station calendars.
It's my front room. That's me TV and video combined and that. It used to be my dad's one, but he's no longer alive anymore because he died the 10th of December 2020. So, you know, and yeah, that's where my box. That's where I have my costumes in there for when I dress up when I go to a nightclub and all that I usually go to for learning disabilities, which I've got anyway.
This is more than disturbing. It is beyond a mental issue at this point to have one's house covered in these stuff, and people have not held back their tongue, sharing their discomfort with his house tour and the alarming amount of adult content he owns. He also shows us his big freezer where he stores all his very creative meals and ingredients. He shows us his 7 containers of milk, which is a whole lot, but that he probably used for cooking or some weird stuff. And he also shows his frozen foods as well.
And this is my fridge, my freezer, my big one. And look, I store the food in there, which I do. Some with food I have in there. I love having food, which I do. This is my freezer. Well, I've got all my frozen food in there, which I have,
Steven also gives us a tour of his kitchen where he makes his meals for the world to see. Has even more milk present, and oddly enough, his kitchen is really decent.
Kitchen bit when I do my washing. I will do my washing in there. That's my cups. I haven't even washed them up yet. That's my old milk carton stuff and all that.
Well, until he opens a cabinet which is also filled with adult content, DVDs, and the Babe Station babes.
I've got some DVDs in there as well too. Look at that, some DVDs.
However, Steven takes us to the most intimate part of his house again, his bathroom. But first he shows us his airing cupboard where he, guess what, keeps more DVDs and nylons with whatever weird stuff he has inside.
And this is my airing cupboard where I store like DVDs or videos or something, and this is what I do. Look, see, I've got a bedroom full of them. I've got to put them somewhere, which I've got a storage box there, and that's why I like storing stuff in there.
Steven gives us a tour of his bathroom where under his sink has more magazines he must use before and after he showers. Ding dong.
Bathroom is in a bad state. I know. Yeah, so that's my shower stuff. I'm going to have a shower in a minute or so when I can. With my shower things and all that as well too. And that's my sink as well too.
In another house tour video, Steven talks about his DVDs stashed around his bedroom. Safe to say he probably has over 42 recorded Babe Station VHS tapes in the collection. In his room alone, if not more. He also shares his favorite Pretty Young tape that he absolutely loves gooning to.
This one, when Pretty Young did Babe Station Extreme a long time ago, this one of my favourites I love to when she's completing and she's showing absolutely everything.
He shares his calls with Pretty Young, which he recorded from 2017 to 2018.
It's my phone calls when I spoke to Pretty Young on this cassette here. When she did Babe Station X and all that. This was about a couple of years ago, 2017, 2018. When I phoned her up on that year, which I did, and I found Scarlett Jones as well too.
Steven owns at least 300 VHS tapes of Babe Station and live shows in his calls. If we're guessing, he probably has around 600 CD, VHS tapes, cassettes, and DVD. It makes absolutely no sense for a 50-year-old man to have over 300 tapes. Magazines littered in every corner of his house to goon to. Not just a 54-year-old man, anybody to consume that much adult content and rub themselves to, but at least we have a tour of his goon cave. However, when I said he had been accused by Pretty Young of being racist, others had also accused him of not liking black people, and being racist to people of color, to which Steven, as usual, made a video to debunk, claiming he really likes black people and whoever is spreading such rumors is a liar.
I like black people, I do. Whoever said anything else about that I don't, I do. I am not like that. Honestly, I like black people. I do. I like Indian people as well.
Besides being a potentially racist person, Steven has also been called ungrateful quite a number of times. Steven made a video accusing Pretty Young of turning his hyphy into a pickle, which as much as it was confusing for everyone to see, I mean it is Steven anyways, and he is far from okay.
Order something from Candyman or something or eBay and all that, you're going to turn it to something else. Well, the hell is wrong with you? How do you know about me hi-fi anyway? Got nothing to do with you. You leave things alone. You got it. What the hell is wrong with you? Stop turning hi-fi. Every time I order hi-fi, you turn into something else. Why can't you just let it be and leave it alone? What the hell is wrong with you? Do you understand? You stupid woman.
He complained about his Heffy being bad and decided to order another one, but later revealed to us that a man named Paul Whitlock stole his new Heffy. He threatened to get him arrested so the prison men can teach him a lesson for being a thief.
Can you please return my Bush Silver retro hi-fi stereo system package to me? Can you return it to me? If you return it to me, your life will be spared. If you choose not to return my package, eBay will hunt you down and you will be sent to prison, and the prison inmates will rape your bum. Do you want that happening to you, Paul Whitlock? Do you want that happening to you? You know, it's totally wrong. I want my hi-fi back, okay? I want it back. You shouldn't steal things off me. You shouldn't steal my package on that. It's not fair. You shouldn't do that. I want it back.
Whether this is true or not, no one can really say. But Steven did receive a gift from a fan called Hans, and he was anything but grateful for his gift because it's not the one with the twin cassettes. Weird behavior, but what is to be expected from a man who only knows how to goon? Although he could have at least just thanked the fan instead of being rude and ungrateful. It wasn't the exact one he wanted.
Oh, I got me a different one. Oh, I don't like that one. It's shit. Oh, I don't like that one. Got the wrong one. I want the one with the twin cassettes. Oh, God. I'll have to unwrap that one again. It's got me the wrong one. It's twin cassettes I wanted. I don't like that one. I'm sorry. I don't like it.
Steven also has anger issues, which is not unusual for someone if you spend your time gooning and doing absolutely nothing else worthwhile. But it comes out a lot of the time. He swears so much and makes very absurd threats, like the time he got angry while recording a band playing outside.
Get on the line!
Or when he was angry at a certain mini-Tom for uploading videos of him and ruining his reputation, to the Babe Station babes.
This video is for this little twat here, this idiot here, Mini-Tom Official. Listen up, you fucking ass wipe. You don't upload videos of me. Do you understand, yeah? You're a fucking troublemaker, you raving nutter. You're a bit mental, you are. You need sectioning you doing all that. Someone needs to section you and all that.
He was also really mad when he got sent a Happy Father's Gay card and an invitation to a special club ripping them off.
Good afternoon. I got sent this card through the post earlier on today by some idiot and all that. Look, see? I got some card sent by some moron, whoever he is. Anyway, I don't know how he got my address. I've got no idea and all that. He should be sending stuff to me and all that.
How can a man with shemale adult CDS stacked up in his goon cave be so mad he's being called gay? Why such anger when you consume such content on a daily? Why so mad if you are not into men's Steven Dawson? Steven has also shown an intense disdain towards people that archive and document him. He likely doesn't understand how the internet truly works, and probably would also hate this video if he sees
that this documentary here, this one here, isn't official at all. Isn't official at all, because I didn't give permission for a documentary to be made about me, which I never did anyway. And whoever made it for doing a documentary about me without my permission, I never signed no contract, and to say it was allowed, I never did, which I didn't anyway. Whoever did that documentary about me, it is not on. It is totally unacceptable and inappropriate. No one should make a mock of me like that and put it into a documentary on YouTube and all that, which is totally not right. It is totally unacceptable.
Ultimately, and for most part, I think Steven is a mostly harmless man with a severe addiction to gooning and stars. And even when he's at his lowest, he cannot help himself. Some people pity him, others find him extremely underwhelming and disturbing, mentioning constantly how abnormal his behavior is. And although not much is known about his life besides his usual posting, I do doubt there's much difference between what he shows us and what he truly does when the camera's not on. But it does raise a question. Is the Steven we see online the same Steven when he turns off the camera? Is it all for show, or is he really this depraved? So many questions left unexplored, but I'd like to know what your thoughts are.